It's Miss Tanya, Daycare Chronicles 101, and here's your tip for today. But first, coffee, Sam's Club, y'all. Yeah. So I had a provider call me about a month ago, and she was having an issue with the client. So I told her, I said, it just sounds like this is just a difficult client, a client that you may not be able to meet the needs, and maybe you should just terminate care. I said, but use your judgment. This is just my opinion. So last week, the provider called me. Her and the parent almost got into a fight. They terminated care, and the parent came to the daycare to pay the balance and pick up her child's belongings. The receipt wasn't ready for the parent, and so there was only one person there. So the provider was like, can I just mail you the receipt? It hasn't been written out yet. My sister does that part or whatnot. So, I'll mail it to you. And the parent was like, no, I want all my stuff right now. No. And proceeded to call the provider out of her name, cussed her out, put her foot in the door. Like, it was just crazy. This provider is standing there with a baby in her arms. She has other children in the daycare sitting there, and she's looking at this woman like, what in the hell is wrong with you? She's like, it's just a receipt. I promise you, I'll mail it to you. It's not, not a problem at all whatsoever. She asked the parent to step back. The parent was like, no, I'm not stepping back. So finally, I guess after the parent finished, going off and cussing out the provider, she stepped back a little bit, and the provider was able to slam the door and shut it and lock it. So she calls me, she's just like, Miss Tanya, I just don't know what I should have done. I was just so upset, And I told her, I said, you did exactly what God wanted you to do. I said, the problem that you're having now is all the what ifs, what I should have did, what I could have did, what I wanted to do. And I said, all of those things would have escalated this to a different level, and that's the level that we don't want to be at. But parents, you must be mindful. You cannot be disrespecting people, And I told the provider, I said, you just want to kick her ass is what you want to do. And she was like, oh, Miss Tanya, you just don't know. I said, but baby, you did the right thing. Next time, the first thing to do is to pick up that phone, and it's 911. Let me tell you, the police will get there so fast, her ass would have been arrested, and it would have been all bad for her. She had no idea. You are a licensed state facility. They are not playing, especially now with the days and times that we live in. But you handled this the way that God wanted you to handle it. I said, so don't beat yourself up. And the provider was like, oh, Miss Tanya, she just don't know that if I had been in the streets and she tried this, and I was just, I'm listening to the provider, and I'm like, baby, I know. But you know what? You handled it well. And you did. I have had so many parents over the days, and they come in, they want to be disrespectful, and you got to bite your tongue. And you're like, you know what? Yes, ma'am. Just tell them, yes, ma'am. Oh, yes, ma'am. And the minute they walk out that door, you like, who the hell did she think she was talking to? Termination text coming to you right now. And I will certify mail you the official letter. No. We're not having that, and you don't have to take that. So what I say is that when you have a gut feeling about someone, please, providers, please listen to it, because you never want things to get escalated. And we are living in some crazy times. And I don't want any of us, me included, to be on the news. So the tip for today is go with your gut feeling, baby.